Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In World of Warcraft Dragonflight, crafted gear is pretty good, but in order to get some crafted gear, you need some bind-on pickup reagents, including Sparks of Ingenuity. Well, those are easy to come by, at least the first few, because you get them from a questline. And then you also need Primal Chaos. And in this guide, I'm going to take a look at all of the ways that you can use to get Primal Chaos. So, how do you get Primal Chaos so that you can get some of that sweet crafted gear? First of all, by far the best source for Primal Chaos is dungeons, especially Mythic Plus dungeons. But let's be real, if you're doing a whole bunch of Mythic Plus dungeons, you are swimming in this stuff and you're not watching this guide anyway. So maybe a little bit of a more open world player approach, like how do you get Primal Chaos if you don't do a whole lot of Mythic Plus? Well, dungeons. You get 1 Primal Chaos for completing a heroic. You get 1 Primal Chaos for completing a Mythic 0, and you get X Primal Chaos from completing a Mythic X+, so yeah, you can just get lots of that stuff. If you're doing plus 20 keys, you're getting 19 Primal Chaos each time from the end chest, and yeah, you're just swimming in that stuff. So, alternatives to this dungeon spam. Raids are a pretty good source of Primal Chaos as well, although not as good as Mythic Plus dungeons. However, again, in raids, well, if you go do an LFR raid, you get 1 Primal Chaos from each boss. So that's not a lot of Primal Chaos. If you were to do normal raids, you get 10 from each boss, Heroic gives 15 for each boss, and Mythic gives 20 for each boss. And you get Primal Chaos according to the most difficult content that you have done, so if you do a normal boss first, you get 10, and if you then do the same boss in Mythic, you get another 10. So 20 per boss per week is the maximum that you can get from raiding. But if you're mostly an open world player, then this isn't much of a consolation either. But don't worry, there are more ways to get Primal Chaos. The main way to get Primal Chaos for an open world player is some of the weekly rewards. Notably aiding the Accord, the weekly quest that you get in Valdrakken to get some reputation, that awards you 5 Primal Chaos. Then you can also do Siege and Dragonbane Keep. That will also give, for the first completion of the week, that will also give you some Primal Chaos. And then there's the Obsidian Citadel, swearing allegiance to Rathion or to Sebelian. Just giving the Greater Obsidian Key to one or the other is always going to give you 3 Primal Chaos, and then some of those weekly quests at the Obsidian Citadel also give Primal Chaos. It's always listed in the rewards if they give any. And then there's a couple others, Chest of the Flooding on Iron Plains, Chest of the Elements in Primalist Future, both give 1 Primal Chaos each, so they're not really worth specifically going for them for Primal Chaos, but otherwise, if you happen to do them, then you get a little bit more. So that's for the weekly stuff, but there's also another great source for an open world player. And that source is world quests. Regular world quests sometimes have Primal Chaos listed as a reward, up to 2 Primal Chaos, like here the Depth Charge quest had Primal Chaos for me one day, but Elite world quests. Elite world quests always give you 3 Primal Chaos on top of whatever rewards are listed. So, for example, Field of Ferocity Redux, sometimes you even get Primal Chaos from that, but here it showed me that the reward is Cobalt Watcher's Cuffs. Okay, I got the cuffs, but I also got 3 Primal Chaos. Every single Elite world quest that you can find is always 3 Primal Chaos. And there are some more ways to get Primal Chaos as well. Dragonscale Expedition, the Archivist requests, you go to Dragonscale Expedition camp and there's always 2 requests up. Some of those give you Primal Chaos, although typically the ones that list Primal Chaos as a reward are ones that require you to go to a dungeon. The open world bosses typically don't give you Primal Chaos, but that's one way. There are also some ways to farm Primal Chaos in the open world, even though those ways are not very effective. Rare creatures in the open world give you around 20% drop rate for 1 Primal Chaos, so every 5 rares that you kill you get 1 Primal Chaos. That's not exactly stellar, but if you happen to be killing some rares, then that can be one way to get it. A somewhat faster way would be to farm Disturbed Dirt, Expedition Scouts packs and Magic Bound chests. Dirt and Scout packs give you around 10% drop rate for 1 Primal Chaos, so every 10 Dirts, 1 Chaos, and Magic Bound chests give you around 30% drop rate to get 1 Primal Chaos. And these can be farmed, so it's not very efficient, but it is possible. And if you're into PvP, winning games in PvP also gives you Primal Chaos between 1 and 6 Primal Chaos each win, so PvP is actually a pretty decent way to get it as well. And finally, if you have one character that has an easy way to get Primal Chaos and the others are struggling, you can transfer Primal Chaos to alts, but there is a tax. Rabul in Valdrakken sells Satchel of Coalescing Chaos, which costs 80 Primal Chaos, and it gives you 60 Primal Chaos when you open it. Bind to Blizzard account, so you can buy this on whatever character is swimming in this stuff and then transfer it to your other characters. And those are the ways that you can get Primal Chaos. If you're doing a lot of content on one character, you can transfer it. If you're doing Mythic plus dungeons, that's wonderful source. Raids, the higher difficulty raids are a reasonably decent source of Primal Chaos. And then when it comes to open world, there are those some weekly activities around Obsidian Citadel, aiding the Accord, and then the Elite World Quests. The Elite World Quests are one of the main sources for an open world player, because they always give you Primal Chaos even when it is not shown in the rewards. So armed with this information, you are ready to get some Primal Chaos for your characters and get them some of that sweet crafted gear. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.